You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we have got some juicy spoilers for next week. We're going to talk about Brooke finally slapping some sense into Hope while Will is shocked and panicked by something that he learns. We are also going to see Daphne scrambling the week of March 24th. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and please click that subscribe button if you're not following us. And let's dig into a few hot spoilers for next week in advance of our full weekly spoilers video for the week of March 24th through the 28th. Be sure to check back. Comes out on Saturday. So this was a short week on Bold and the Beautiful. We just had 3 episodes because of basketball preemptions. Boo to sports. So anyway, we saw Steffy really shaking things up at Forrester Creations the moment the control was back in her hand. Although Eric and Ridge promised Carter they would keep the line, Hope for the Future, I honestly don't recall them saying specifically that Hope was guaranteed to keep her job. They talked about the line. So interesting technicality. Nonetheless, Steffy doesn't care either way. She's not willing to keep Hope around. She doesn't trust her after her betrayal. And again, everybody's blaming her for what Carter did, whether that's fair or not. You know, it's not. But not even that. Hope, unlike Carter, has no regrets about what she did. She doesn't think she did anything wrong. And she has said repeatedly to Carter and to others that they had no choice but to take Forrester Creations, and Hope made sure to rub it in everybody's faces, including Steffy's, including Ridge's. And again, she doesn't think they did one thing wrong. So although it did contradict Eric and Ridge's promise, Steffy also reminded Carter that she's co-CEO and she was not there for that negotiation and she did not agree. And she owns a big chunk of stock. So Steffy shelved Hope for the Future. She fired Hope again, which I was fully expecting, and Eric and Ridge stood silently by, nodding, obviously agreeing with what Steffy decided. And although it rubbed Brooke the wrong way, Steffy said they just can't keep Hope for the Future, not only because of the betrayal and the coup, but because Hope's actions showed that she's not fit to represent the brand's values, which are all about honesty and morality and all the stuff that Steffy listed off, rubbing it in her face. Plus, and again, Hope's not a designer, so without Hope for the Future, there's no place for her at Forrester, which Steffy doesn't want her there anyway. So literally, I don't think she would let her scrub the toilets. And at the end of Wednesday's cliffhanger episode before the basketball stuff, we saw that Carter had a huge conundrum. So, of course, Hope's mad that she was being fired again, and she expected Carter to walk out with her in solidarity, leave the Forresters, leave Forrester Creations for good. But when Hope tugged at Carter's leash, trying to exert her influence over him, Ridge spoke up and he warned Carter, do not take her side again. And he reminded him, after this thing with Hope, we forgave you once, but they will not forgive Carter again. And I'm sure Hope thinks Carter won't stay at the company because they're a team and they love each other. But I think she is going to get a shock soon. In B&B spoilers for the week of March 24th, Hope tells Carter, don't let the Forresters drive us apart. I just don't see how Hope will convince Carter to go with her, though. He would be a fool to throw away this second chance the Forresters are giving him, especially when Carter told Hope that he tore up the papers. She basically said he betrayed her, lied to her, all that stuff. And she said she loved him, past tense. Like she kind of made it clear she's withdrawing that love. So I expect Carter to stay while Hope goes. And then, of course, next week, she's going to get a slap in the face with her mother, Brooke, metaphorically. She's going to hit Hope with a reality check because for a while now, her daughter's unrepentant attitude has rubbed Brooke the wrong way. But to other people, she kept making excuses for Hope's behavior, when she talked to Ridge and others. But now Brooke is kind of out of patience with Hope completely. Next week, Brooke tells Hope until she takes responsibility for what she has done, Brooke's got no sympathy for her. And it's pretty shocking because she always takes Hope's side, but not this time. I do expect to see a conversation leading up to this where Brooke listens to Hope ranting about how Steffy had no right to fire her again, how that Eric and Ridge lied to Carter, how he never should have given the company back to them, how Carter betrayed her, kind of showing zero understanding that Hope is completely in the wrong for engaging in the coup no matter what. If you don't like what happened at your job or you don't like you were fired, you go, you get a lawyer or you get another job. You don't steal the company. But I don't expect Hope to have any regrets. She's going to keep acting like she didn't do anything wrong. And that's what's going to make Brooke snap. And it's about time. Judging by the look on Hope's face, she pretty much loses everything next week. And speaking of losing things, Carter's on that list. I'm sure he's going to check in on Hope, seeing if the relationship door is open after Carter refused to follow her out the door, but I'm guessing Hope's not going to be very understanding. And next week, Daphne is worried that Carter's going to find out she came to Forrester Creations with misleading pretense. Daphne told Steffy next week that she doesn't want Carter to ever know that she initially came there to sabotage him and Hope so he'd give back the company. The last thing Daphne wants Carter to know is that she had cooked up this seduction scheme with Steffy. And when Daphne tells her, you know, this is what I want, Steffy is a little surprised, and she figures out pretty quickly that Daphne has actually fallen pretty hard for Carter. She has, and after the big scene this past week with Hope and Carter, you know, Daphne's probably got a real shot to grab up Carter when Hope kicks him out angry. I do expect Steffy is going to agree to keep Daphne's secret because they're friends. And, you know, even if Carter eventually finds out they were plotting against him, I don't think much would come of it. And pretty much on Bold and the Beautiful, secrets don't always come out. You know, like Finn still doesn't know about Steffy kissing Liam. So this may never come out at all. But even if it does come out, if Daphne's with Carter by the time it does, I think he would forgive Daphne because Carter was just forgiven by the Forresters for a huge mistake. So why would he hold it against Daphne that she was trying to make him do the right thing, even if she came there with kind of a sketchy plot to do it? And the last early spoiler we have for Bold and the Beautiful next week is about Luna freaking out Will Spencer. So she's in tight next week with her psycho grandma Sheila, and Luna's hanging out at Il Giardino, and Will drops by the pizza place, and he's absolutely stunned to see Luna there, and even more shocked when Will finds out from Luna that his family has been wonderful to her and that she wants to reciprocate. And of course, Will's going to be like, what does that even mean? And he's going to be stunned to see Luna as a free woman. Will already told Electra that Luna is a psycho who deserved life in prison. And of course, Will is going to be shocked to learn his dad, Bill Spencer, got her out of prison on house arrest and then went one step further and even got Luna a pardon. And don't forget, Luna's got a huge crush on Will, but she knows he's no fan of hers and he has a girlfriend. But I'm sure Luna's going to try and convince Will she's changed. And honestly, whether she's a new woman or the same old psycho remains to be seen. But for now, it looks like Luna will do everything in her power to win Will over. But I think that'll be a huge challenge. So the good news is next week, full week of 5 episodes, no basketball preemptions. And be sure to watch out for our full weekly spoilers video tomorrow on Saturday for the week of March 24th through the 28th.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.